sea, a place that's a lot warmer than here, and fish fly in the breeze. You can get fat, you never grow old, and the people never agree. There's plenty time forevermore, and the warmth will never leave. Take me away. Take me away. Take me away.
That's a wrap. Okay, hi everybody. Hey, I got a question that someone asked me is what do expats, foreigners do here in their free time, and how are we treated by the locals? Do we fit in? So I'm going to do my best to answer this. Of course it's going to be from my perspective, but how do they treat foreigners and expats here in the Philippines? I'm going to have to say very good. I think they treat ice cream man. I think they treat foreigners better than they treat their own fellow Filipinos. Everywhere I go, most places, people go out of their way to treat me well. If I just walk down the highway, I've had people stop their motorcycles to just want to talk to me. If I walk down the street in my little barangay, which is kind of another word for village, it's very common for someone to say, come on over here, let's have a beer together, let's have a drink. Or if there's a festival, they have lots of festivals here. If there's a festival here and I attend, they'll go out of their way to get me a nice chair, the best beer, and the best food. It's not something I ask for. It's just what they do. It's how they treat foreigners. I've been to a cockfight. 300 people standing around trying to see the cockfight, and they give me a front row seat with a chair. You can't ask for that, but it's just the way they treat foreigners. The police, in my little town, they have traffic cops, and I swear to God, if I come to the corner where there's a traffic cop, he'll stop traffic from the other way just to let me through. You can't make this up. So they treat you good, and why do they treat you good? I don't know. I can speculate. Well, first off, there's not a lot of us foreigners here, and we look a lot different. Okay, I'm a lot taller than them, a lot bigger than them, a lot whiter than them, and I don't have a flat nose like them, and they love all of that. And that's probably a lot to do with Hollywood and the movies, and so it's kind of a rock star status that you don't even ask for when you come here. And the expat part of it, what do we do? I think it depends on your age, is what you do with your spare time here, and your interest. I will say that expats do hang together if they have. There's not a lot of us, and if we see one, we'll go out of our way. It's almost like blacks in the early 70s and 60s when they were busing in my country, that two blacks would see each other. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Well, that's what I related to here. if an expat sees another expat, it's not uncommon for them to cross the street just to say hi and hello to them. And for me, the only real good, refreshing part about it is the English that they speak is a little bit clearer to me and not as hard to communicate. English is taught in all the schools here. It's really the primary language of the country, and they use English to judge other Filipinos as to their education level. If you don't speak good English, other Filipinos look down on you for that. So a lot of times when I go to a store, they don't want to talk to me, and if I go with my wife, they'll ignore me completely in the store. And I really think it's because they're afraid to look like they don't speak good English. And it's like that all over. So if I want to talk to somebody in business, I really have to go by myself and do it, because as soon as they see my wife, boom, they're all talking Bisaya, and I'm saying, what's going on? So, so if I'm in a group of people, they welcome me, but they all don't necessarily want to talk to me for that reason. They're very curious, but and then occasionally I'll get this Filipino who wants to try his English out, or he thinks that he speaks real fluid English, and sit next to me. And a lot of times they're not the easiest to understand, but at least they're trying. So anyway, they'll avoid speaking, having a deep conversation a lot of times because they're afraid to be looked down on, not because they don't want to. And then what I do, I've been fishing here with my brother-in-law. If I wanted to play pool and 8-ball, they got little places around here that you could join a club there. I like tennis. All I had to do is go to the tennis court here on the island and just look at a game, and they invited me to the Christmas party that they were having in 2 days. Within 10 minutes time I was there. I mean, they go out of their way to be friendly to foreigners. What else can I say here? I go to the gym. I don't know how many foreigners go to the gym. I think most of the foreigners like to go out to eat at different places and travel to different islands. There's an awful lot to see here, and to vacation doesn't cost. It just doesn't cost a lot of money. For $300 American, you could travel to another island and spend a week and be happy. You couldn't do that back in my country. You couldn't go to Disney World for $300. And so it's easy to do that, and there's always something new to see. I like to go to the different waterfalls and the different beaches sometimes. Okay, here's an example. I sat down and these kids showed up just because they wanted to be around me. I was down 30 seconds or so. I have a friend here. He's built a house up on halfway up the mountain, and what he spends his evenings doing is watching sunsets every night. If you can, and he overlooks the mountains, and you can see the ocean from his place, and he just sits and likes to do that. I like to sit here on the seashore and have a drink in the evenings and watch the stars. you can't do that back in where I come from. You know, there's 4 good nights a year that you don't need a jacket to do that with, and every night here is 76, 80 to 84 degrees or so. You know, so that's just perfect if you get a little breeze. There's always a party going on here, and I think my wife is related to everybody on the island. It's crazy. So if there's a week goes by that there's not a party that we're invited to and we have to go to, that would be unusual. So we go out a lot, and she visits more than me because of the side, you know. But it's all good to see new people and new places. Well, I hope I help answer this question. I would have to say also that I would do more scuba diving here if I had a little more money to deal with. It's a little bit expensive. I kind of would like to get my own equipment, an air pump, and just do that here. But that hasn't happened yet. But I'll spend more time doing that, and I want to buy a boat because I'm right on the sea. So that'll spend a lot of time fishing, I think, when I get that. So anyway, if you like the content of the video here, subscribe, and that's what keeps us motivated to keep putting more videos out. So I appreciate it. Thank you.